And we continue now with our wide-ranging conversation with Texas Senator Ted Cruz. Not only is he the proprietor of a very popular podcast called The Verdict, which I'm a little jealous of, but he's also the author of the book Justice Corrupted: How the Left Weaponized Our Legal System. It should be noted that Senator Ted Cruz canvassed this nation on his bus tour in the last couple of months like no other politician from Washington, D.C., trying to win that very majority in the House and the Senate, and it's no surprise that he's headed to Georgia today. Senator Cruz, the book, Justice Corrupted: How the Left Weaponized Our Legal System, you lay it out and you spell out what the problem is. I have friends who are conservatives and Republicans who basically see this and say, okay, fine, those are the new rules. Then when we're in charge of the Justice Department, we're going to do the same thing to the left. And my darker angels or my baser instincts, I can't disagree with them. How are they wrong? Should this be fixed and reformed, or should conservatives just say, okay, this is how it's going to be, we're going to use these weapons too?
It absolutely should be fixed, but let's be clear what being fixed means. It means you enforce the law regardless of party. So what the Democrats are doing is twofold. Number one, they target their enemies, but number two, they protect their friends. And take, for example, the much-leaked story that DOJ is going to indict Hunter Biden. The DOJ, number one, should not be leaking, and it's engaging in politics when it's doing it. Number two, they've deliberately leaked that. What are they going to investigate Hunter Biden for? They're going to indict him for drug issues and tax issues. Those are both personal to him. The reason, Larry, people care about Hunter Biden is not this troubled soul's struggle with addiction. That's something millions of people have struggled with. That's not a matter of public concern. What is a matter of public concern is the significant evidence of official corruption of Joe Biden. And what this Biden DOJ is trying to do is insulate Joe Biden, not examine the evidence of corruption of Hunter getting paid off in Ukraine by being on the board of Burisma while his father, the vice president, then makes official decisions to defend the oligarch and to get the prosecutor investigating that oligarch fired.
Yeah.
It is designed to cordon off the evidence of corruption from the Chinese communists who paid millions of dollars to Hunter Biden in what appears to be efforts to curry official favor with Joe Biden. What a DOJ and FBI should do is fairly and impartially investigate and enforce the law, and that means at times appointing a special counsel. There needs to be a special counsel, but not to go after Hunter Biden's crack use. I'm sorry the guy struggles with that. What the special counsel should investigate is corruption, and when you treat law enforcement as your own foot soldiers, you undermine all of our individual liberties. I'll tell you something else, Larry, this book does. This is the first book that is an inside account of what happened on January 6th from one of the participants who was standing on the Senate floor. I was leading the Senate objections to certification of the elections. It walks through the litigation over voter fraud, the evidence of voter fraud. It walks through President Trump calling me and personally asking me to argue the U.S. Supreme Court case if the court had taken the case. And it gives people the facts, the information they need to know in a readable, real way. It tells stories about what's going on behind closed doors, what's really happening. That's what this book is all about.
Well, that's just another reason to buy this book, Justice Corrupted: How the Left Weaponized Our Legal System. Because, Senator Cruz, I'll be honest with you. Listen, I was angry over the events of January 6th. There's a lot of reasons to be angry over the events of January 6th. It wasn't an insurrection, and it wasn't a coup attempt, and it wasn't an armed act of war. But I was very angry at what happened because it kept you from taking to the floor of the Senate and making that very argument. I was broadcasting live that day when the events occurred, and I kept saying over and over again, I want to hear Ted Cruz. I know Ted Cruz has some very important legal and constitutional arguments about how the Electoral College voters were selected, how certain state legislatures were circumvented by unelected officials, how judges and courts were circumvented. And this is a constitutional issue. It might not keep Joe Biden from becoming president, and it's really not about getting President Trump reelected. It's about our Constitution. It's about our system. And, well, I guess that brings us back to your book, Justice Corrupted: How the Left Weaponized Our Legal System. There's so much more to talk about. Senator Cruz, and I hope that you can join us again. I could talk to you for an hour, and I know from listening to your podcast, The Verdict, that you're capable of it. So please come back another time.
Excellent. I look forward to it.
That's all for tonight. We will see you next time, same place. In the meantime, I will see you on the radio.